Merry Christmas, everybody. Welcome to the Zyko Show featuring your co-host, Michael, and your other co-host, Zach. We have premium coverage in all sports and sports news
and
music
content.
News, coverage, content. Let's get it. But yeah, we got sponsors out here today. Make sure you're staying healthy, except for if you're drinking these. But
These
we're
are only
these kids. They didn't kill us yet, so
There's only 30. I think it's only 30 calories.
They're healthy.
It is 20 calories for a bottle.
What does that say? 75% less sugar on the front. What does that say?
75% less sugar than leading regular sodas.
Regular sodas.
Basically said Coca-Cola, get out. You can drink regular
4
water.
of those.
Get out.
4 of these.
Get out.
Before the price of 1 of the sodas.
I really want that. I'm getting that.
You can drink 4 of these for the health benefit of 1 soda.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you just drink the fun? Yeah, drink the fun.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have Monster water?
Ooh, give me some of those.
Monster water.
They are from the springs, actually. Like
Yeah.
from real springs.
It's made by the Coca-Cola
It's not
company.
carbonated, lightly sweetened, not a big deal. But it's got natural flavor.
Yours has aspartame in it, not like that.
Does it?
Doesn't it? Because it has 0 calories.
No, everything was. This doesn't got no aspartame.
It's got something in it.
It's natural flavors. That's an artificial sweetener.
Dude, that just doesn't look good. I've
It's
never
great.
had one. I've only had the purple.
Looks
No,
great.
I've had the
Looks
purple
really
and
good.
I've had the blue.
Looks
I
really
used to
good.
really like the blue, but now I hate them
It is
and I
really
only
good.
drink purple.
Yeah, they get this water from
From
mountains, glaciers, virgin springs. Yes,
Everywhere.
please.
And then we also got our G Fuel. Or our G
The
Juice.
Arctic, bro?
Our G Juice
Tropical islands?
has no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and hydrates with electrolytes.
It
Has 40 calories, so in
Yeah.
all honesty, if you drink, this is 12 fluid ounces right here. This is 6.75 fluid ounces? What the hell?
do that, Matthew.
I thought this would be like 12. I thought they would equate out, but apparently 2 of these fit in here. So if you think about it, this has almost the same caloric calories as this.
Caloric calories? Caloric
Caloric
value?
count. Caloric count.
Yeah.
Caloric count. So if you think about it, this is a cheaper option. You can get these for $1 at your local Kroger store. Or if you don't have a Kroger, Kroger does have other stores. It's not called Kroger. You can go to any other store. Don't go to Aldi. They suck ass. I work there.
Zach, oh my gosh.
I personally love it, but I haven't worked there in a while. But
Oh my gosh.
if you don't
You
sell
just
these,
openly, publicly slammed a company you work at.
sponsor me. Sponsor me. Sponsor me.
Holy crap.
Sponsor
Okay.
me. But
Well, let's get into sports, dog. Let's get into sports immediate, bro. We already got a Gatorade, so we got to get into sports. Someone who drank a lot of Gatorade, Michael Jordan, but someone who drank less Gatorade and actually did kamikazes while he was practicing, acting like he was drinking Gatorade. Dennis
no, I
Rodman.
don't think he was acting. I think everyone knew he wasn't.
But either
No,
way,
he wasn't drinking Gatorade. It was definitely they knew he
Yeah.
was drinking Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But Dennis Rodman. And one thing I didn't know he was on the Bad Boy Pistons. I didn't know.
you
that.
didn't know he was on a.
I didn't know that at the start. I didn't know that. I just knew he was on the Bulls. I didn't know where he was drafted to. So when I saw he was on the Bad Boy Pistons and him like
He was one of the
beating up
prime
on
players on the Bad Boy.
Yeah,
Pistons.
he's crazy. I thought he was, from what I saw in the documentary yesterday, he was a crazy player.
He's crazy.
Crazy player.
Crazier when he left the Pistons. Well,
He became more of an open personality.
Yeah, I feel like
But he
was
wasn't
less
crazy.
crazy on the court. Oh, it'd be crazier outside of the
Yeah.
court.
When he started dating Carmen Electra and Madonna, it was over.
Well, he didn't date Carmen.
Yes,
I
he
think
did.
he just banged Carmen.
No, they were together for like 2 or 3 months. My mom talked to me about it. She's from Cincinnati. I didn't know that until my mom told me that.
Carmen, Jesus.
Carmen
oh
Electra.
my goodness.
When she like told the story about, dude, the stories of Dennis Rodman, I think my favorite one is definitely when like Scotty came back and Dennis Rodman was like, I need a break. And Phil Jackson looked at Mike
Play a dog.
Jordan and said, he's like, do you think he's gonna come back? Mike Jordan's like, hell no, he's not gonna come back on time. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's Dennis Rodman. He's like, give him. He said, you give him 48 hours. He said he will not be back in that 48-hour period. And then all of a sudden, here's Michael Jordan knocking on the door with Carmen Electra, probably naked under a
She
sheet.
was hiding. Yeah.
Under a sheet, and Michael Jordan's out the door going, Dennis, grab your stuff, coming back, we're winning the championship. It's not like, oh, this is the off season, he missed a couple practices.
And he's just like,
he
oh,
missed
let's go.
games. He just missed games. And Michael's like, dog, he's
Or if
like,
they didn't pay for 3 days, he left for 2 days.
yeah, he's like, listen,
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
I need you to come back. He's like, just please. He's like, you're coming back right now. And
He
came
probably
back, and he
dragged
came-
his ass back.
He
too.
know apparently he came back right away, and he was like, okay, but like he said, once he came back, he was already ready to go, like just
Yeah.
to win the championship. If I was him, I would have been like, no. If I would have been drunk for like he was there for like a week. If I would have been drunk in a week straight in Vegas with all the drugs he took, I would not want to go on the NBA court. Not that I would ever do that, But I would not want to go on an NBA court and then.
It's crazy how focused he was
when he came back.
And I don't get that. I don't.
He was crazy.
He was so focused.
He was crazy focused, and then was crazy focused on something else, and
Like,
then got crazy focused back.
He wanted to win, would do anything to win, study defenses, did all that, but at the same time,
I didn't know how intelligent he was.
He would never let that take over his actual life. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, I'm never gonna let this take over my partying, but I'm never gonna let my partying overtake winning basketball." It's crazy how he kept that balance so well, and he wasn't like. I always hear of stuff because, like, on the Bad Boy Pistons and when he came to the Bulls, like that, he was a bad guy. He's not a good guy. I saw a lot of clips that, like, made him look like a really good guy. Yeah. Like, good guy with obviously really crazy guy, but, like, deep down, like, I think he's a good. Yeah. Exactly, for sure. So, I just think if you let him get all of his craziness out, like,
I think sometimes people need that. I think sometimes people just need to go
100%.
crazy, go loose, and just, like, escape from their lives. Like, I feel like this quarantine's been a really good thing for me personally. I've worked so much. Like, I used to work like 6 a.m. to like 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. to like 2 a.m. and like it was awful.
We kind of already do that now in Shoto.
Yeah, true. But like, well, at least I'm home when I'm here. Like, I used to work at my other jobs and be like out until then. Like, it was awful. And like, just like having this like break where it's not like a vacation.
Yeah.
But like, it kind of is. Like, it's like a staycation.
Well, we couldn't even take it as a vacation. Like, we were kind of vacationing, and then we're like,
we were on our way. We were literally about to go on a vacation, and then all of a sudden, all this happened. Everything shut down, and we were like, oh.
But the weirdest part about it is like, I feel like me and you like work so much. Like, we couldn't be at home all day and not be working, right? So that's why. I mean, that's probably why. That's why we were doing the show now. Because we're like, we need something to do. We want to do something that like we want to do, and we don't have work right now. Like, we need something to take our time up and something to put ourselves and like invest ourselves into, like, especially for the future, because we want to do this long term. Yeah. Like, we can't just sit at home and I can't do that.
If work was open right now and I just had to take a week off of work and not go anywhere, I would go crazy. Even like when I go on vacations, like I always end up missing work. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I don't like that, but like it's also like a good thing because it's like determination, but off of us. But when we're talking about like Michael Jordan and all these other things,
relating it back to Dennis Rodman, like, it's a good thing sometimes.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And he was extremely dedicated to everything, and he seems like I don't even know what he does now. They didn't really touch up on his recent life.
I think he does a lot of stuff with business. Actually, I don't really know.
If I walked into a business room and saw Dennis Rodman, I'd be so scared. Like, that dude with all of his piercings, like, tattoos.
Oh, he's a scary dude.
Like, big. Like, he's a nice guy, but, like, if I just walked into the room and all I saw was him, I'd be like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, he's like a nice guy. You know what I mean? He's like a good guy, but it's going to be hard. Like, you're going to have to really know him and get to know him, and he's going to have to respect you.
Like, we would actually
before he's nice to you. Yeah, probably.
We'd probably get along. Because
I think we have respect the hell out of him.
I think we have very similar sense of humor. You probably wouldn't like us at first. I feel like once you got to know us.
Maybe.
That's how I feel like not like we have personalities that like a lot of people, like a lot of famous people like having like a non-famous friend, but like just our personality. Like,
we would be good non-famous.
Like, if LeBron ever came to Cincinnati and like needed a couple homies and he saw us, I think he would be very happy with the friendship we developed.
Yeah.
Drake, please come to Cincinnati.
Drake would love us.
We know you mentioned it in a song.
Drake, you would love us.
We know you've been to Cincinnati, so just come.
Yeah, he was mentioning us probably. Like, he was looking for the homies, but I was in Columbus at the time. You're probably working at the time, even though you were there for that shift, and he's driving Cincinnati today. And like, are they going somewhere today? Like, are they on a trip? Are they visiting friends? I'm gonna come back to Cincinnati now. Are they back?
I thought you lived in Dayton. You probably tried to see me, you couldn't find me. You probably tried to get you. Didn't know where Columbus was.
He was trying to find us.
Stop that Dayton. We missed our opportunity, guys. Drake, we know that we hurt your feelings that you didn't get to see us. Just call us. I will not give out my personal number again. Like another episode.
Go to the other episode to find out.
If I get a DM from Drake saying that, I will come over if you only if you say your phone number on national like YouTube, which granted only 100 people would see it at this moment, but it will probably go big because everyone's like, oh my gosh, this guy's gonna get to talk to Drake because he gave out his phone number. I would do it. I would do it for you, Drake. I would do a lot of things for you.
Okay, let's get back to Phil Jackson before you tell us about the things you would do for Drake. Or you can.
Have with Drake, anything. Sorry, my mom told me to stop talking about Drake so much, so I'm next time. My mom told me to stop.
All right, Phil Jackson. I think what was crazier about the Dennis Rodman thing is how Phil Jackson was able to acclimate himself and his, philosophies to Dennis Rodman, especially they found out the Native American ties that they had together. They got along that way.
I didn't know
he was
anything about
really good in making Dennis Rodman respect him and want to play for that team and give his full self to basketball again. Michael Jordan was also very influential, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought the coolest story ever was the one where he came in. Dennis Rodman did not say sorry, but like he knew he was sorry just from coming to Michael Jordan's room because he never did that.
Yeah.
He just asked, "Hey, you got another cigar?" And they just talked. Like that's dope.
Yeah.
So
like that's how you and I would handle things. We never.
100%.
Like, that's how like good like close like even just work friends or just like people have a tight relationship. Like you don't have to say.
Or anyone that just like has
you
respect
should
for each
obviously
other like
say that you're sorry, but like if you know someone well enough, like they
'Cause
they know how you react. They know
Yeah.
like the things that you do. Like you don't even have to say sorry. You just have to just like do an action or like just do something.
I don't
like,
know
that's
if
so
it's like-
dope. Like that just shows like even though everyone thinks Michael Jordan's like a bad guy, like which he obviously was a rougher teammate, but I think he's still like a good guy. Like I still think he's a good.
For the most part,
I still think he's like I don't think.
Yeah, deep down he's a good guy.
I think if we had to put him on a heaven or hell line, I think he's going to heaven. But like I don't think he's like that bad.
I don't think he's done anything to be like,
Yeah.
oh, here's eternal damnation. You suck. Go like
Yeah.
He's not like that.
Like he's a good guy.
I think he's a
like
good guy.
just showing like how close like him and his other teammates were.
Which
like,
is very
which is
relentless.
weird because at the start of his career, he talks about how he walked in the locker room and everyone was not in the locker room, but he looked for all of his teammates in the hotel room, found them all in the same room, like all doing like crack and smoking weed and drinking and things like that. He just left. Like that shows like how hard it was for him to make connections at first. And I feel like with his personality, you would like not want to talk to people after that. So the fact that he got really close with Scotty and really close with Rodman and all these kind of things.
Yeah, I like how he's like, I don't give a.
That still shows that he's like a decent human being.
Yeah,
I don't think he's the goat.
I like how he's like, oh, I don't give a shit about anything you guys do off the court, but when you come to the court, when you're in, this locker room, when you're in the weight room, and you better be in the weight room, he's like, you better be getting.
Well, he
all.
couldn't say
He's
that.
like, if you're
he
giving
couldn't
your
say
all,
that
I
for
don't care.
longest. He couldn't say that until 1990.
Yeah, true.
He couldn't talk shit about a weight room until 1990 until the bad boy Pistons. Dude, get him out! Sweep him! Well, I don't think he swept them. I think they won in 5, but
I love how their first
Jordan.
They played the Lakers, beat the Lakers 4-1. Great Lakers team on the end of their reign.
Yeah.
Obviously, let's
Magic
put
just
that out there.
didn't. Magic. If Magic.
It
would've
wasn't
been at
like
the start of
it
his
was
career,
not in their prime
No.
Lakers that they beat, but
They're still good.
they smacked them and they were the underdogs. Never again were they the underdogs
No,
for the
never.
next 6 years.
Never.
Not one more time.
No, not at all.
They were so good.
Even
Like,
on
they
their,
were so,
even on
like,
their last
Dennis
year when they were
Rodman.
all on their last leg, like
Yeah.
they still were the favorite against
But
Utah.
Dennis Rodman, like back to Dennis Rodman again, dog, he was insane. Like, I don't think, a lot of people, I think, forget the importance of how great he was, how he fit in his role.
Oh yeah.
He won the rebounding title year after year after year after year. The dude was insane. Many quotes in there, best on-ball defender the league has ever seen. Imagine having that on your team as the third option that doesn't need to
When
score.
you and Scottie Pippen are
When
already
you and
really
Scottie-
good at
yeah.
defense.
Are already good at defense and are still going to be great at offense. You know what I mean? Scottie Pippen finally fell into his role and understood what he was.
And when they beat the Lakers,
Like-
Scottie Pippen had to guard Magic so that so that MJ had enough in his system to play offense. So it wasn't until they switched.
Okay, no.
It's not until
Michael
they
Jordan
switched it.
always took the best player, right? Like, come on, dog. But whatever. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. Dude, Dennis Rodman was a dog.
Yeah, I didn't realize all the stuff. Like I honestly didn't know a lot about this Bulls team until really now. Like I knew a lot about Michael Jordan, but I didn't
You
know a
didn't
lot about.
live during it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This was a long time ago. We were not born yet
Yeah,
for
literally.
all of these stories.
Literally the year after they got split up is when we were born. So like we literally were not there for anything of it. I was alive when he played for the Wizards. That's not great.
Me too.
I was alive when LeBron played for the Cavs, the Heat, the Cavs, the Lakers. Great all the time. I only saw him. The sample size I have of Michael Jordan's ass.
Yeah.
Booty cheeks and all. Like LeBron is everything.
But you've seen LeBron. I mean, I've grown up with LeBron. You've grown up with LeBron. We've both seen LeBron do everything. So, like, obviously, we're going to lean towards that. Same thing with Michael Jordan. Like, we're not going to think Zion's ever going to be better than LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Zion has a long way to go. But, like, having, like, the best rookie season ever, basically, almost. But, actually, no, he probably is having the best rookie season ever.
Yeah, I think him and Al Jeffries, what's his name? Their coach? Is that Alvin
Gentry?
Gentry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. Him and Zion, I feel like have a really good relationship. Other than when he was trying to take him out of the game, and Zion kept feeding him the ball and making sure.
No, Lonzo kept feeding Zion the
yeah.
ball, and the coach was trying to take Zion out, and Zion was going balls to the walls, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything, and then fourth quarter, give me those, baby.
Yeah, no.
Next game going crazy with it.
I think that the relationship between like the coach and the player, like if you look at like Phil Jackson, you look at MJ, you look at Phil Jackson with Rodman, and kind of with Pippen, not as much as with Pippen, but with everybody else, like I think players and coaches' relationships are so huge. So I think even if MJ would have came back, which he even said that he was not coming back without Phil, I think if he would have came back without Phil, they wouldn't have won. Even if they were all even if they all had 1 year left in the tank, if they all if everyone had one last good year and they went ahead with this new guy after Phil, I don't think they would have won. I think Michael Jordan would have resented this new guy. I think Dennis Rodman wouldn't have connected with him as much. I think Pippen would have been okay, but I don't think it would have worked out. So that's like my thing is like a player-coach relationship is so hard, and it was even hard when Phil Jackson came in and Doug Collins was a coach. Doug Collins and MJ were such good friends.
That was so cool to see. That was so cool to see behind the scenes of him.
They were like close. Like it was really like not weird, but like they were really good friends. And his entire system.
He was so much like MJ.
His entire system was to give Michael the ball, and that's why he kind of resented Phil a little bit when he came in, because he even said this guy was coming in to take the ball out of my hands, not put it in my hands. But like Doug Collins, I think if Doug Collins wouldn't have been there before Phil Jackson, I think MJ wouldn't have been who he was.
I think one of the greatest things MJ has ever done too is like with that transition of like this is your favorite person ever, favorite coach ever, with that transition of that to Phil Jackson wanting to take the ball away from him and all that type of stuff, like that's insane how he accepted that. You know what I mean? Knowing Michael Jordan's personality, and like just knowing that you have to switch everything you've ever known to like something else. Mm-hmm. That just kind of shows how great his mentality was, though. Like that's insane. Like I never would have expected him. Like if like the Michael Jordan we all know now never would expect that to happen and that change. You know what I mean? Yeah. But he did that just to win. That's actually insane. That was a really cool.
But I think with him being so late in his career with Phil, I think at that point I understand why he went and played for the Wizards, because it was all really about like the ownership aspect after he retired.
Ownership and the money, and he was like, a business move for sure. Yeah.
My thing is like I don't think he should ever have played after Chicago. I think he just should have retired, but I understand why he did things he did. But I don't know. I just think we look how he played with the Wizards. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Wizards were not as good of a team as the Bulls. No. But obviously, they were going to split everybody up anyway.
Wizards were a good team, though. They weren't that bad.
Yeah, they weren't awful.
They had some.
I actually think that with MJ being there, it's stunted the growth of a lot of those young players. Because you see a lot of those Wizard players kind of, they're like, dude, like we were so excited to play with Michael Jordan, and then we met him, and then they were like,
they weren't ready. They weren't ready.
Yeah, no.
I think the brand of basketball was starting to change at that point too. Like that, I think the Last Dance was like the last year of that brand of basketball. I think the shift was starting.
Yeah,
you know
what I mean? retiring.
Kobe's about
Bird
to come
was retiring. Magic was retired. Everyone was leaving, so it was a whole new guard. And then you had LeBron coming in like 4 years later.
So I think Michael Jordan was like, if just looking at that era, there wasn't as many skill players, you know what I mean? No. There were some, like obviously Magic's skill.
Everybody
player.
Was a lot.
Michael Jordan by far was we'd never seen anyone like Michael Jordan before that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
you had a role.
Yeah, I think after that, like when Kobe came in, there's like all those skill players. I think that opened up a lot more.
I don't really think it was Kobe, because I feel like Kobe just did exactly what MJ did.
I know. I'm not saying it was Kobe that did it. I'm saying that when Kobe entered the league, that's when it all started.
Yeah, that's when the new guard.
Everyone was watching Michael, dude. You know what I mean? They were watching Kobe. I think it was like Michael. So a lot of players were starting to they're starting to do all these way more up and unders, way more like you know what I mean? They're like the skill level of basketball, I think, rose after Michael Jordan so high. Like now, that's all day. Like three-pointers. Now it's like a three-pointer generation. You know?
Well, I don't think the change of guard even really happened right when Kobe got drafted. It was right.
It was a little bit after
because Michael was still in the league. He was still in the league, so Kobe was still kind of the underling. And then by the time that MJ retired, and Kobe had like a couple years of his run, and then LeBron came in. Yeah, but Kobe only had that like short little run. So I feel like that was still like an extension of the MJ run.
No, I feel like Kobe's era was a different era. Just because...
Well, that's why you had like Steve Nash and like Jason.
I feel like that's a different generation for sure. Because that's like the Shaq.
But I wouldn't say Shaq's like... I wouldn't say that Kobe's like that... Like, yeah, I'd say he's that player for that generation. But I think when we're talking about the changing the guard, I feel like it would. I don't know who it would be. Maybe
No,
like
I don't
maybe
know.
like Tim Duncan.
I don't know
or
who it would
somebody.
be. I'm saying the
I
change.
thought it'd be Tim Duncan probably. Tim Duncan was very, very versatile. He came in the league right after MJ.
I don't think
Or
he was
right before.
I don't think he. No, I'm talking about like skilled players, as in like no one's ever jumped that high and done all that stuff
Yeah.
in the air and had like no one did that before Michael Jordan. But once Kobe came into the league and like the time period of when Kobe was in the league to when like per se probably like LeBron's like almost halfway through LeBron's career, that era was like that's like the era that changed basketball, and now it's changing.
Yeah, that's like Paul
3-point era.
Pierce and all those different. I feel like that's more. I feel like that's the
Yeah,
starting.
that's
the
the big
starting
three
of
Celtics, the
super
bad
teams.
boy Pistons too. The
Well, I feel like if you look back, I feel like MJ really started super teams. Like not intentionally. I think Jerry Krause kind of did it, but like I feel like back in that era is when super team. Like everyone blames LeBron for the super team. Like
no,
it was
I think MJ's team was
it
a
was
super
definitely-
team. Jerry Krause went out and got those players to be on.
Yeah,
the team
but
to
if you're
build
gonna
it
use
up.
the Skip Bayless argument, well, LeBron was the one who went out there and got those players. I feel like that was more of.
Okay,
But I super teams were definitely a thing back then.
Michael
LeBron was probably
LeBron
like
joined
LeBron.
He didn't join Chris
yeah.
Bosh. Chris Bosh joined them.
Yeah. Like honestly, well, I guarantee you he knew that. Chris
Probably,
Bosh was
but like
He prob-
if we're looking at that, what happened, what we know happened, LeBron joined that team just to be on that team with D-Wade. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they weren't even that close back then.
Yeah, well, because didn't the James signing come before the Bosh signing?
He just wanted to play with Wade, huh?
Did the LeBron signing come before,
Came before the
Wade?
Bosh.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Wade obviously was already there.
Yeah, but I think
he
I
already won
think
championships.
LeBron was the last stamp, and that's when everybody decided to go super team. But like you can look back to like all the other teams. Like if you look at the big three, and then you look at San Antonio, like everyone always said that you only need two big players, but that's when teams started stacking three players.
Michael Jordan's team, they had to stack to beat the bad boy Pistons.
Yeah.
They had to. You know what I
I
mean?
would say even the Bad Boy Pistons to a degree were a super team. You got Isaiah Thomas, Dennis
Oh,
Rodman, and all.
but they didn't like build it as a super team, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. That was
They
just
built
the
it through the
mentality, and
draft,
They
and
were
that's
they were
what
like
it.
what the Warriors did before they signed KD.
Yeah,
like
true.
that's like you know that's a really good team. That's a well coached team. That's a drafted team. That's a you know what I mean. That's just a good.
But there's the
anomaly
Bad
in
Boy
league.
Pistons in toughness, and then there's the bitch Warriors.
Yes.
So we're not going to give credit to Clay.
But let's
Clay's tough. Draymond's
let's be
the
honest.
ball kicker, and Steph.
the Warriors would have swept that team.
The Pistons.
Oh my God, they would have.
Well, yeah, with the three line, if it's no,
They would have drawn a foul
If-
on every three.
If it was back in that day, no. But if it was in our day,
You don't think they would have swept them back then? I feel like they would have pulled up from a range that they don't even know how to guard.
No, I think the Pistons would.
Because the
Shit
Pistons
out of them.
didn't beat the shit out of anyone at
They
the
just would have.
three-point
I feel like
line.
they just would have done a full court press and just like beat the shit out of you down the court. And Steph would have been able to handle it. Clay would have, but Draymond, I think-
Draymond would have
No, with
been
their-
fighting. He would have been kicked out
Yeah,
of the game.
with their big guys that they had, Draymond Green, the donkey, or Dennis Rodman
See, I feel like
against each other because that's definitely would be the matchup.
I feel like they
Getting
I feel like they don't play in the paint at all. Like the whole thing about the Bad Boy Pistons is when they drive in the paint, we beat them up. They never beat anybody up outside the paint. For
They
the
would,
most
but
part.
I think they would
if
develop.
they're
it.
driving baseline, you beat them up.
You would have
But
Isaiah
the
Thomas
Warriors,
on
they don't
Steph
score
Curry.
inside. They will score outside, and it's such a high percentage. And they have really good defense too, skilled defense. It's not like we're gonna get in your face.
But if we're
defense,
talking,
but it's really skilled.
but if we're
defense.
talking 2015,
and if anybody can get in, the Bad Boy Pistons has it's someone like Draymond Green who's freaking out the whole game. Everything they do is
well, yeah, but if
insane.
we're talking 2015, 2016 Warriors against the Pistons, I don't think so. I think if we're talking about Steph at the point where he was at with kind of having injury concerns, I think he would have been taken out. I think Clay would have struggled without Steph being the ball.
Oh, I'm not talking about any injuries, nothing like that. I'm just saying
Well, yeah, but if
both
the-
teams were fully healthy. Like obviously if they were
But I think if
injured,
you have
yeah.
Isaiah Thomas pressing the whole way up, just shoulder checking Steph Curry the whole way up, and then you got Dennis Rodman down low on Draymond or whoever.
Yeah,
the
but
big
that
guy
wouldn't
is.
that wouldn't happen. Like
I think it'd
the
be
reason
fine.
they beat them up in the paint is because nothing got called in the paint. Back then, it still got called everywhere else. It just didn't get called down low in the paint. It got called less everywhere else, but it you know what I mean. Like
Oh, yeah.
they still like if you can't shoulder check someone when they're coming out. Michael Jordan never got shoulder checked when he was coming up the floor.
Oh, but
you know
you
what I
can
mean?
grab someone and push them, and then shoot a ball and
We'll
then
talk about that.
win the game.
We'll talk about that.
If he's allowed to
Still-
do that,
still
I think
didn't go to
Isaiah
the
Thomas is
final.
allowed to,
Yeah, but-
allowed to kick him a little.
It was.
I would kick Steph.
I think they would win just because of that. Fast. I think they would all foul out before they came up because they don't play in the paint. The paint's the only place where you're going to get away.
But
with
they
that.
would have to meet in the conference. They would have to meet in the finals, and Steph Curry
Yeah.
always struggles in the finals. So that's my.
Well, I'm not. Yeah. Obviously, but I'm not saying like what we see now. I'm just saying stacked up player by player, team by team.
If we did like a 2K simulation, then yeah, I believe
that's literally what I'm saying. But like,
but
I'm not adding anyone's injuries, and I'm just saying at the prime of all of their games, I think the Warriors would win.
I think the Pistons. I think the Warriors only work in our time. They only work in our time. If you put them in,
I guess if they played them,
if you put them in any other generation, they're done. But if you put them in the offensive generation that we have, then they're good. But,
I think, like, no one scored that many. I think they would outscore everyone. I don't think they would have they would outscore everyone, dog. No one was shooting three like that. They would they dropped twice as many points as like the average.
Yeah, but then they would just become
like people like Michael Jordan dropped 100 and people were like, holy crap. Dude, they're dropping 170
but then they would,
some games.
Yeah, but then they would just become the Houston Rockets. That if you're in a 7-game series, if your 3-ball isn't working four out of those 3 games, you're...
The one thing about the Warriors is the Warriors are the only team that I've never seen their threes fail. Their threes do not stop falling, bro.
Well, Steph Curry's doing the finals.
Steph Curry's doing the finals, yeah. But
Klay Thompson's still a dog.
But they had so many good players. Like if Steph Curry wasn't playing well, okay, Klay, go drop 50 for me by taking one dribble. Like that's it's like they don't do anything. Like you literally pass the ball, he has it for 0.1 seconds, bucket. And if he lands it. If he lands wrong, well, that's a foul too. Give him 4 points, and they're gonna call it every single time.
I feel like Dennis Rodman would just pick up Klay and just throw. Like he would be like,
I would love to see.
He would be like, I don't care if I get kicked out of this league forever. He's like, I'm winning this.
It's just like it's a fight between like the bitches and the bosses, bro.
Just throws Klay Thompson.
The bitches and the bosses. Who's gonna win? That's literally what that.
No, I really think
that would be such a great series.
I think Steph Curry would say something to Isaiah Thomas that's just so.
Yeah, probably. He probably like take out his mouth guard. Get the shit out of here.
Yeah,
just slap him out of his mouth.
He thought LeBron talking shit to him was bad. Having Isaiah Thomas smack the hell out of him, that would be a different story. But to get off of just the bitch Warriors and everything like that, go Cavs. Not now, but a while ago. But I think that's going to wrap up our sports section.
For sure.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a break and we're going to go into our music section.
All right, so the first big thing that's actually weird, but it's like kind of big and it was huge, is Travis Scott, Kid Cudi dropped the song The Scots, but they dropped it because of the big Fortnite event that he had. Like, but I saw the Fortnite event. I saw a clip of it on Twitter.
I was not a part of it.
Actually dope.
Yeah, no,
it was so sick.
Yeah, that's one thing I always give Fortnite. Like, I've played it literally one time, and it was okay. I would obviously rather play Warzone, but with everything that you can do in the game, like it's actually really cool with all the stuff that they throw into it and all the development. Like they obviously put a lot of time into it.
Yeah, they do Star Wars events. They did the Marshmallow concert. Like that's sick.
Yeah, like that stuff's actually crazy.
Just so sick.
When they actually did the Scots thing,
they're so good at like pairing with like creators or pairing with influencers.
And Travis Scott was so smart to do that. Like if you think about it, everyone's in a quarantine. Everyone's just playing video games.
I wonder if Charlamagne's mad at him too.
Yeah, Charlamagne probably will get mad at him, but
following the trends.
Yeah. So but I think Travis Scott was really smart to do everything that he did. Like if you think about it, with everyone just playing video games, everyone doing their own thing right now, like everyone's gonna watch that. Like that's why I think artists really should be like if I was Drake and my album was ready, it might not be ready, I don't know. But like if I was an artist and my album was ready, I would drop it during the quarantine because that's all that anyone has. Like I hope maybe Drake drops it right after the quarantine. Maybe he'll drop it like 2 weeks after the quarantine's lifted. Like it'd be like everyone's like summer anthem, this and that. Like that'd be awesome. I'm excited for that. But like I think it would have been smart because think of all the views that like Travis Scott and Kid Cudi broke the streaming record for the year. Which obviously it's only at the start of the year, but that's still awesome. Like I think if Drake would have been the one that did that concert, or I don't think that's Drake's thing. I think that's more Travis' thing to do things like that. But I think that if Drake would have been, not that if Drake would have been smart, if Drake is ready to drop the album, I would have dropped it during the quarantine. Because you think about it, all that people are gonna do is sit at home and listen to it. And I know damn well I would be listening to it every minute of every single day during the quarantine.
Yeah.
Like if you'd have dropped it day 1, I guarantee you I would have known all the words by day 3. Michael probably would have known by the end of listen 1 because you retain rap lyrics like I've ever seen, like crazy. It takes me a while, but I would know every word. I know every word of Tuesday. I knew it probably 2 days after.
Oh yeah, Tuesday was. I was singing the Tuesday slide 20 minutes after.
You were doing the Tuesday slide all over.
I was doing the Tuesday slide while FaceTiming Coob, one of our friends.
Which will be on the show later.
Yeah, he will be on the show later. He'll be on the top 5
top 5.
Get ready for it. But he, I literally FaceTimed him, and we both just looked at each other, and we knew the entire chorus. Like we were doing a Tuesday slide together. We knew a decent amount of the rap verses, and it was 20 minutes after it dropped.
Best part is when he does the spin.
Yeah.
Give me those.
Here you go. But back on Travis Scott, the song "The Scots" with Kid Cudi, it's actually really good.
I love it.
I love
like
it.
It's just it fits Travis Scott's like.
It broke the Spotify record for 2020 for most streams like in a day.
Yeah, like it's insane like that. And then,
that's crazy because Tuesday Slide dropped.
Yeah, my thing is I just think that Travis Scott like that just fits his like kind of like music and the way that he does things. Like I don't think that's more Drake's thing. Grant, could Drake make that his thing? Absolutely, but I think that's more of Travis's style. I think that's more of Travis's like media outlet. Like obviously, like other big artists have other ones. Like Jay-Z has Tidal.
Travis has Kylie again, so
yeah, true.
That's probably why he got all them streams.
Big win.
That's what
big win.
Probably why he got them streams.
Listen,
again.
he probably doesn't care about the streams.
Every time he's about to drop a song, you know he's back with Kylie. Think about that.
If I had to choose between like getting $1 million every year for the rest of my life, or just being with Kylie Jenner and not being
love Kylie,
but not being able to touch any of her money, I would do it.
But
I knew for a fact I would be with her for the rest of my life. Absolutely. I don't care if I had to live outside. If I had to live outside and I'm only allowed in her house for like 6 hours a day, like yard time, I'm fine with that. I will use that to shower, do other things. Maybe. You don't know. Not till after marriage, obviously, kids. Please be safe. But, yeah, Mom, I'm sorry that you're listening to this right now. But I love Kylie. And I will always I love her sister a little more, Kendall.
I love Kendall.
Kendall is by far
Kendall's
my
the best.
favorite. Not to
Kendall's the best. 100%, no question. It's not even close.
Kylie's better for her money, but I don't love people for their money. Not that Kendall doesn't have a lot.
I feel like Kendall's fine for her money too.
Yeah, Kendall's definitely still fine.
He makes about 100 million more than we do, probably.
Probably.
At least.
At least. I love the show too. I feel like I know everything about that family. I feel like I could walk in and just say hi to everybody and know everything.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, every time I see Kanye on the episodes, that's the episodes I love. I think I've seen the Family Feud episodes, so I love Kanye. I just think everything he says is so like interesting, and is it intelligent? More recently, yes, but in the past, no. And it was entertaining to watch. But
I love Kanye.
And I just wish Kanye.
I hate Kanye, but I love Kanye.
I wish he would have dropped Yandi. Obviously, I know it's like leaked, and I could listen to it otherwise. But I just wish like Kanye.
It's not really. It wasn't finished at all. The production's so bad on the leaks stuff.
He had such an everyone
drop.
was so excited for that album, and then he did a full 180 and then dropped Jesus is King. Obviously, do I like that album? I like a couple songs. Closing Sunday, I think the Chick-fil-A part's the absolute dumbest thing in this world.
It is.
But like when he goes into his beat change and talks about like protecting his family,
it did
and
really
things
well.
like that. Like I
found it.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, like how do you go from being Kanye West and rapping about all the things you've rapped about your career and then making a Jesus album? Like he broke like all the records when it comes to like religious albums, which in that arena, Kanye,
but
way to go, bud.
But like, let's be honest though,
when it comes
no
to
one to the scope of Kanye has ever even dropped anything close to the arena or in that arena.
No, like,
I mean, I guess you can count like Lecrae and like those Christian rap groups, but like they're not doing gospel music. Like that was a gospel album.
Yeah.
No
I
one.
think all the stuff that
like
Kanye
probably blew it out of the water. No one's big enough.
Yeah.
To beat Kanye in that atmosphere.
Yeah.
When it comes to like just.
I don't think a lot of Kanye fans love the album. I think some of them did. Like I personally liked it a little bit, but like I think he opened up his eyes to a whole different audience. But I don't think that he's either gonna lose his normal audience or he's gonna lose that audience. Yeah. Either he's gonna drop more albums that are more pertaining to the religious side, or he's gonna drop more albums pertaining to the social side.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a big decision to make. I think he's either gonna run one way or the other, and he can't do both.
Yeah.
And he claims that he's like huge Christian man now, and that's awesome. Obviously, I don't judge anybody for their religious beliefs. Live your life, do your thing.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
If that's the way you want to go, have fun, live free. I think it's great. Do you, dude? But I just think that he has to choose, and if he doesn't choose soon, then his whole music career is gonna like kind of drop.
I think he's fine.
But I think if he goes back
a billionaire
music,
now. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's a billionaire now.
Yeah, and that's a very big climb.
So I think his music's probably so little of his he just likes doing music.
Yeah, all of his shoes, all of his
dog. The to that is huge. His fashion is.
I hope he's not making money off of his church, but we'll see. Hopefully, there's not a scandal that comes out 10 years from now.
No.
But Kim Kardashian doing all her stuff with being a lawyer, that's awesome.
He's very, I think, in tune with his religious beliefs now.
I think he is too.
Like
I think after everything he went
which
through,
I'm glad, honestly. I think it's like when his mom died, I think he went such like a dark place. I think the religion is like bringing him back out of that place. Does that make sense? And not as crazy as he was. He
I don't
is still
think
crazy, but like in a different way.
I'm not as crazy as Kanye was before his mom died, and I don't think I'd follow the same path after my mom dies. But I would go crazy when my mom dies. I will go crazy for at least like a week.
Oh yeah, I would.
Like not like
I
a
would.
like
I would.
not like in a getting arrested way, hopefully, but like in just like a I'm going nuts kind of way. I don't blame him for going down the spiral that he went down, especially how close. Like I love my mom.
Well, especially how big he was
Yeah.
in his career. Wow, that's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Yeah, with how close he was with his mom, like that is a very hard thing to go
Yeah.
through. But not. Kanye hasn't dropped a lot of music recently, so we're gonna focus more on the people that
He's
have
billionaire
dropped
now,
music. He is a billionaire.
That was big news.
Very, very proud of you, yeah. But if we talk about different things that are going on,
Music dropping.
Yeah, like we got Cudi and Travis Scott. We obviously talked about that already. We got
Or you mean Cudi?
Cudi, sorry.
Oh, Cardi.
Cudi. I always get the two confused.
Cudi never
not
comes
because
out.
of their music, but just because of their names. So we got that. We got Lil Uzi Vert. Figured to let Michael talk about that because he's
Yeah, he dropped
a bigger
Sasuke.
fan of that.
And he said he's going to be dropping a lot more soon. And then him and Cardi say they love each other now. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think they'll be dropping music together soon.
Oh,
my thing is like,
yeah. But did you like Sasuke? I don't think you did. I love it.
it was okay.
And I still love
I like a different kind of Uzi. You like all Uzi. I like
it reminded me of Cardi a little bit.
Well,
Well, obviously Uzi does in general because they're so.
yeah, Uzi. Yeah.
But like, I think that was like a kind of like a shout out to like, oh, me and Cardi are cool, just because he like used that flow a lot, or used like the Cardi whatever a lot.
I don't even really understand where the beef came from. Like
He did his song, like everyone said online as well, it was better than Cardi's. But
really. Well, that's not a beef. That I don't think he meant to spark a beef like because of the song that he dropped.
no, I think it was the
Like
opposite.
a tribute. I think it was like a hey, like we're cool. Like I love you, dude. Like
Yeah, I think it was the opposite.
Yeah, like I think I'm inspired off of what you kind of do and do my.
Which they already inspired for each other anyway. But I think
Well,
it was
yeah,
like,
they're
he was
two
like,
very similar. They're both really weird dudes.
Yeah, and I think he literally just dropped the song because Cardi dropped it. Like I think he wants to. Like he said he's gonna be dropping.
Well, I feel like he has a lot of music built up.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of music built up, and I think all he
Just love
does
his rage too,
and all he does is record music.
and watch anime.
Well, no, he just takes inspiration from that.
He loves anime.
Oh yeah, I know.
I personally don't, but I don't blame anyone for watching it. But like, I like seeing like his car collections where like he has entire like Lambos like painted like themed with anime and like anime characters and stuff on it. I'm just like, dude, like I got all like he got all this money. Do what
It's
you
dope
want.
though. It's so
Do
like.
what you- but like if you
like,
drive,
know what I mean?
if you're driving by Lil Uzi Vert, you know it's Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah.
Just by the car driving, because you're like, no, there's no way anyone else has a car themed like this. Like, I feel like only Uzi's allowed to have a car like that.
Yeah.
Drake's allowed to do whatever he wants to. So
Drake
can
can do all
so can
of it.
Uzi, but Uzi has a very defined like this is Uzi. Like I feel like Drake's more of like just like in the fashion, like going through it, flowing through it. Sometimes starting trends, but no, I don't think it's like. I feel like Uzi's a different like trend. Uzi's got his fandom.
Uzi's his own
Drake's
trend.
got everybody else. But I love
Uzi's definitely his own thing.
Yeah.
He's just crazy. Him and Cardi are like the same thing, but they're both like their own thing.
Yeah.
So, but other music that dropped, we have Juice WRLD dropped. What is it? Righteous.
Well, his not to be mean and not to be insensitive, but his camp.
Yeah.
Not trying to make a joke. That was not trying to make a joke. That was just trying to be politically correct. His camp dropped a song.
Jeez. It was a good song though.
Yeah, I like that.
I actually loved it. Actually, I really like it.
Yeah, I like slower Juice WRLD. Like
He's
the second.
so good.
He's the second best freestyler of all time behind Wayne.
No.
In my opinion.
Lil Snoop was the best, but he also passed away. Sadly.
Well, yeah,
early.
yeah.
He was definitely like the best freestyler I've ever seen. He was nuts. Other than Lil Wayne, obviously.
Yeah. But I would still say he was one of the best freestylers of all time. But even
he was great.
But even when
crazy,
yeah,
no one knows that.
Yeah, if you go watch any YouTube video of him just like freestyling, it's actually insane. Like people just hold up random stuff and he just goes, switches a different beat and just like goes off.
He was so freaking talented.
And he's
bro.
just fried out of his
Holy crap, he was so talented.
Yeah, and I feel
his songs were just so like they were
so distinct. Like
they were so distinct, bro, and they were so like they were just good to listen to. Like you never like listen to one of his songs.
Hear Me Calling's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I don't like listen to all the songs and be like, holy shit, that is a classic. Obviously, Lucid Dreams is always gonna go down as a classic.
Oh, Lucid Dream will go down. I think it's probably gonna go down as one of the biggest songs of 2010.
Yeah, it was a classic
They'll
song.
probably go like
Always
God's
remember it.
Plan, other things, and then that. Like it might be like I think it'll be like fifth. Lucid
Yeah.
Dreams. Every person listened to it. Everybody loved it. Every
Sicko
sad 17-year-old girl that was going through her high school breakup was listening to that song and putting it on her Snapchat story saying that she hated her boyfriend and she didn't want to talk to anybody. So yeah, that song was big. And that was Marvin's room. That would have been Marvin's room if Snapchat was huge back when Marvin's room came out.
Well,
it still is, and it can't. What Marvin's?
You want to know what blew up? Kind of going back to earlier, you know what kind of blew up Juice WRLD in the first place?
What?
Fucking back to a Fortnite. I'm not kidding. So when Fortnite got popular, there was a really popular streamer. His name was Daquan. And Daquan like knew Juice WRLD when he was like a little bit bigger.
Yeah. But
he was still big, obviously. It wasn't all this. But he always used to like listen to his music and all like on his stream. And so many people from his stream started listening to Juice WRLD because of that. And he got so much bigger because of that.
That's
I'm
awesome.
not kidding. That's like obviously that's not the reason he blew up. That's not, a lot of his fans came from that avenue. How crazy is that?
Yeah, that's actually crazy. Like it's so crazy how like it's not easy to get famous nowadays, but like if you use the right platforms and you're dedicated enough, I feel like you will be able to get
Dude,
famous.
anything
like,
you can do,
like
anything someone thinks they can do, they can do.
Like it'd be like a lot harder in the old days to like get into like the rap game or like be into acting or things like that. But like you can just be a hot chick on TikTok.
You have a lot more competition now, but like
you can just be a chick. You can be a chick on TikTok that lives in California that just makes dances all day long.
Yeah,
you can get 3 million likes every single video.
And I respect it. That's not,
I'm
not even making fun of it like that.
You gotta be.
If you're on TikTok and you're dancing, and you're doing your thing, and you're getting views, follows, likes, like go.
You're enjoying it. Live your life.
Yeah, keep going.
Trust me, if I could do
whatever makes you happy, whatever you want to do, whatever you're passionate about, whatever, do it. Like if you're getting all that on TikTok, hell yeah.
Yeah, like
I hate people that make fun of TikTok for that.
Yeah, like personally, would I do all that stuff? No, but do I love all the stuff that they're doing and spreading their influence and doing all the things that they want to do? Obviously, like that's what we plan on doing with this show.
I feel like a lot of the TikTok stars aren't. Okay, this is kind of wrong now, but like, I feel like a lot of.
What are you about to say?
Nothing bad at all. I feel like a lot of the TikTok stars are actually like they're not crazy yet. You know what I mean?
No. They're not Logan Paul.
Like a lot of them have like good influence. Like even that 15-year-old girl, Charlie D'Amelio, she's like the biggest one in the world. She's like a really nice, like good, like intelligent human being. Like you know what I mean?
Well, she hasn't hit like the peak of life.
Exactly.
Once college rolls around, oof.
And also, just with like I don't know if you heard like there's these like TikTok houses or whatever. I don't know. I saw this on Snapchat.
It's like a Team 10 kind of situation.
Yeah, but they like broke up and they're making new whatever. I don't really know a lot about that world.
But if I was a landlord, I would never.
Other than that situation, I feel like a lot of the TikTokers aren't really going like Addison Rae, one of the biggest ones. She did not.
She dated MGK, didn't she?
Crazy. No, Summer Rae.
Dude, why did
Summer Rae's a great, amazing
no
person.
offense, but why did she date MGK?
I don't know. I don't like MGK. A lot of chicks think he's hot though.
Michael once made a bet with someone at work that he was gonna drop an album that would have more like
views than MGK's last
album.
Dog, I will drop a song this week and beat MGK out in views. Eventually, it might take 3 years.
It's been a year.
But I'm more dedicated than I was.
It was a $20 bet, and Michael.
I will make that $20.
Honestly,
I might just. Yeah. What if we get big on this and then I drop a song and it has more? I am going straight to the person I bet for that $20 and I'm taking that $20.
Michael would literally watch every single view and wait until like the minute it had one more view than the MGK, he would call that person and give me my money.
Yep.
Michael does not. If you owe Michael money, he does not forget it. He will not forget it, and at some point he will remind you.
I'll take it, dog.
You might think he forgot about it. He didn't. He will get it back.
Oh, that's hilarious. I would totally do that. I would. Listen, it's going big.
If you guys think Michael should drop a song, leave in the comments.
Yeah, leave it in the comments for sure.
We might drop one. I don't know what we call it.
I'll put a poll up on Instagram and Twitter today. Should I drop a song?
Yeah.
I need $20.
I think you have to drop a whole album.
Huh?
You have to drop a whole album.
Well, I gotta drop a single. I'll drop a single.
Yeah, you gotta drop the single before the album.
I'll drop a single.
I would be okay if you dropped the EP instead.
Zach, do you want to hit the studio tonight and drop a single?
Dude, we basically have a studio set up right here.
Yeah, we could literally drop. Oh my god, let's drop a single tonight. If we're done with
that. We can do a dope music video with like the Christmas tree, little.
No, I'm gonna do this, dude. It's my music video is gonna be all inspiration from the Tuesday Slide one. I'm literally just gonna walk through and do like just dances, but it's gonna be literally the 1,000 square foot apartment.
Yeah, with all the torn up carpet. And
well, yeah, it's gonna be hilarious.
It's gonna be Tuesday Slide and trip over.
It's gonna be so funny, dog. But it's gonna be lit.
No,
dude, that would be hilarious. If I was Tuesday,
Are we gonna do a TikTok song? We could probably make a song that would get big on TikTok. We honestly probably could.
Yeah.
And if Drake, if you want to hit our line, give us any inspiration. LeBron, I know that you had a big influence in 2 Chainz album. Big influence in 2 Chainz album. No hate, I love that. But hey, hit the line, give us a beat, give us a. I've seen you been rapping recently, Ron.
Yeah, I know you got the story.
I know you've been rapping recently, so if you want to send us a bar, send us a line, anything you want, just hit us up. Dude, imagine if we dropped a song with LeBron James. Like, just 2 random.
I would call MGK personally and say, all right, listen, you just lost a bet to me, dog. You weren't part of it, but
give me 2.
This dude might need $20. Can you cover him for that $20?
He just bought a new phone. He needs $20.
You want to pitch in 22? Because I slapped him with the charge this week. You can throw it in if you want. He's gonna be like, who the hell are you, dog? He's like, what is going on?
You wouldn't even be in the Billboard like 10,000 because his first album wasn't. Damn well it wasn't because it's MGK, but no, to get off of the MGK and everything else. But I think the biggest, maybe biggest, maybe not, depends on who it is. Biggest news story in music, in my opinion, is NBA YoungBoy's song.
This is not.
This
was so funny.
It could be the biggest, or it could be the smallest.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Don't know, dog.
But if you want to take it the way that he meant, the way he said it, it is the smallest. Because you think about it, a penny is the smallest.
Yeah, his grandpa saves a lot of pennies.
Or if you think about it the way it sounds, he's talking about his grandpa saving a bunch of penises.
Let me play this. In the first song.
So just so you guys know, a little bit of background story before we show you this, obviously.
YouTube, this is not 30 seconds. Please do not claim this video. Whoever's out there, do not claim this.
Not that we would get money from it anyways.
This is NBA YoungBoy's 38 Baby 2, the first song, About My Business, featuring, I think it was his mom.
His mom.
Yeah, I think it's featuring his mom. I literally saw everything about his mom rapping, so I think it's featuring his mom, whatever. But do not copyright claim this. 10 seconds. It's for a critical reason.
Talking about the song. So yeah, it's his. The way he says the word makes it sound like he says something other than penny. So we're gonna play it for you, and you guys can tell us.
Yeah. It's a good song though. I actually like the song.
I just want to bring them best.
All right, get ready.
For to make the hard times look pretty. And I came up straight up from the block. I watched my grandpa say penis.
Okay.
In your guys' opinion,
100%.
he says penis.
Yeah, put in the comments below actually what you think he says. He 100% does not say pennies. 100%. It was all on Twitter. It was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think we're ready. I think we're going to move into our top 5 segment.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to give our friend Coob. We call him Coob. His real name is Jacob, but we call him Coob. We're going to give him a phone call, and we're going to see what he thinks about his top 5.
Yep, and top 5, keeping it a secret, but we're going to call him, put him on the spot. Well, we can let you guys know now. We're doing top 5 albums of all time. So we're going to put him on the spot, and yeah, he's going to come on. All right, guys, so now we're going to transition to our last segment. We always do this at the end of all of our episodes. Our top 5 segment, we mentioned earlier in the episode, we're going to be calling our friend Coob. That's what we're going to be calling right now. He wants to hear the intro, because he was actually a little bit of the inspiration for the intro. So we're going to call him, then we're going to play the intro to the segment. Here we go. Let's get it, Coobs. Let's get it, Coobs. Where's he at? There we go. All right. Make sure he's close to the phone so you guys can hear him. Here we go. Here we go. What's up, Coob? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, baby. All right, so I told everybody that we were going to introduce this segment with you on the phone because you're going to love the intro and you were a little bit of the inspiration for the intro. So let's get the intro popping. All right, here we go. You ready, Coob? Top 5, top 5, top 5. Yee! You might not have heard it. You might not have heard it. Play it again. Play it again so we can hear it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Steve. Let's get
We
it.
into the segment, baby. All right, Coob. So today, for your top 5, we're going to be doing top 5 albums. So these albums aren't top 5 based on like quality album. It's like your top 5 like favorite albums. You could also do top 5 like best albums if you want to. Either way, you could do favorite.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what we're gonna do too. But all right. So top 5 favorite albums. You are on a spot right now. Go and explain why each one's in the place it's in.
Alright, well, okay, so we're doing this in an order. It's like worst to best.
Well, you can do best
You
to
can do
worst
best
too.
to worst.
I'm
probably
gonna
doing best to worst.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do best to worst. But
Best to worst? Oh man, I don't know.
That's just easier for me, I feel like.
Yeah, that's easier for me.
Well, you can do worse than
Whatever
best
you
too,
want.
Coop. Yes, whatever you want.
Well, alright, I'm just gonna start. Okay, so my first one is, okay, so I'll go best to worst.
Okay.
My first one is 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole.
Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
agree with that. I agree with that.
Yes, sir. Let's go. That's a good pick. I honestly didn't, like, knowing you, I did not think that was going to be your number
No, I
one
didn't
album
think
of
that
all
would be
time, but that's a fantastic number one
That's a
album.
very good choice.
Because it's a classic.
Yeah, I don't know, I've just been listening to it a lot recently, and I love how personal it is, like how everyone can relate to it.
Absolutely,
I feel
bro.
like it has, like there are certain albums that are really, really good on my list that are only relate to, like, certain people, but are great because they take me to that place.
Yeah.
But, like, 2014 Forest Hills Drive relates to everyone no matter who you are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Dude, I did my list based on that same thing, how influential it was in my life and how it relates to me. That's literally how I
Yeah,
did
so
my
that's
list.
really how all my albums are. They're
Yeah.
all, like, very influential in my life.
Yeah.
So you guys just want me to go through my five, or do you guys want to do your worst ones now and we, like, go, like, around?
No, you can just do yours. We'll have you explain yours, and then we'll explain ours after. You can, if you want to flame us because of an album choice, feel free.
Yeah.
But it's an open dialogue.
I'm sure I'm gonna flame Michael for something.
Yes,
Bro,
and you will
listen,
definitely flame
if
me.
we did best albums of all time, I'd already be flaming you, bro.
Yeah, they have it. They have a very deep music hatred for each other.
And a deep
And
music love.
appreciation.
And a deep music love for each
Yeah.
other. Well, not love for each other, but love for the hobby that we both enjoy.
Yeah, true.
All right, cool.
Alright, well, so my next one was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye.
Okay.
Okay. I expected that.
I expected Kanye or Kendrick to be your number one, so I knew it was
Yeah.
coming next.
Yeah, I just put Kanye number one just because I go like
That's
back and
Kanye.
forth on it. Like it really depends on the mood I'm in when I listen to him.
Yeah.
But the reason I chose My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is because it was like when he really like came into his own as like a producer with like the dark like synth sounds that he like carried over from 808s and Heartbreak,
Mm-hmm.
and just a lot of like his like creative funny lyrics were like on point during that time, and like just the music was so good. Like his lyrics are good, but the thing about Kanye is that his music is so good that he can just have 5 minutes of a song that has no lyrics and just the music is so good you keep listening.
Yeah. And
And I feel like
he
really
does
represents
that.
album.
Yeah,
He does do that.
for sure. For sure. That's a great pick.
I love that.
Next one
Number 3.
is gonna be To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar, probably.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, it was coming. It was
I
not
knew it
happening.
was coming.
I don't agree with it, but I knew it was coming, and I appreciate it because it's you.
The only reason it's not my number one, in all honesty, is just because it doesn't really relate to me that much.
Yeah, I feel like
No.
if anyone doesn't relate to, it's Kendrick.
Yeah.
It's just, but it's also like, it's so great because his story, he's the best storyteller ever in hip hop, if you ask me. So he can make me like empathize for people in the situations he's talking about. And again, the music is so good. Like I love the like jazz sounds that he brings into
Oh,
his
yeah.
music.
I love that kind of stuff.
I think you would be right in saying he's the best. I think J. Cole's right next to him, storytelling wise, but I think you're right about Kendrick being the best storyteller,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't accept any other argument, to be honest with you.
But you gotta admit, J. Cole's probably up there in the
Yeah.
top 5 of that category.
I'd say top 3.
Yeah, he's definitely, he's probably top 3 best storytellers.
I agree. I think I'd probably put him as number 2.
Who would you put as number 3?
I don't even know. There's so many good
It'd probably be, who's that guy? It's someone that like you don't really love his music. Illmind Hobson. Who's that guy?
Oh, Hobson?
Hobson. You're
actually right.
Story.
You're actually right.
He's a great.
He is a fantastic.
But
have you heard the
that's
song?
different rap. That's different.
That's
rap,
way
though.
different. But have you heard the song? I don't know if you've heard this, Cube. You might have heard this. Hotel in Sydney, I think it's called.
I don't think so.
Holy crap, listen to that song. The way he tells that story is fantastic.
My buddy Trent used to love Hobson.
Yeah. But I'll keep going. What's your next one, Coobs? Sorry for interrupting
Top threes and the top 5. Sorry, guys.
My number 2 is Views by Drake, which
Ooh.
you all know I love.
Let's go, baby. I'm so happy that you put that right there, Coob. I'm so happy.
Give me those.
Such a good album. Probably the greatest winter album of all time.
Oh
Yes!
yes.
It gets better with time. Like it literally has not had a year where it has not improved in terms of like how much I love it. It's just so good. There's not a bad song on You can listen to it start to finish every day of the week.
Yes.
Bro, when it's a cloudy day and I'm driving anywhere, bro, I am playing Fuse.
Oh, yeah.
It does not even matter.
But you can
and I love it every time. I love it more every
You can
time.
even listen to it when you're driving, like in the summer, and you love it. But it's
Dude,
even better
it's
in the winter.
so. Oh my god.
Drake's music is good at any time.
I feel like Drake's best summer album is probably Thank Me Later. I think that's unpopular, but I love that album.
You can thank me now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Best summer album,
Just
probably.
listening to that is so good.
Yeah, I agree with that. What's
Alright,
it?
and then
Last
my
one?
number one is
Wait, you mean-
Damn by Kendrick Lamar.
You mean your number 5?
No, he was doing. He was doing.
Wait, you were doing
worst
worst to best?
Yeah, worst to best.
Oh, I thought you were about. Oh, okay.
Damn by Kendrick Lamar is your first.
Yeah, I can see that.
I am so disappointed in you in every possible way of the word, bro.
Yeah, I knew that. I figured that was
It
coming.
is the best concept album ever recorded.
Yeah, and there's a reason why it was put with the word concept. It's not finished. It's not great. It's concept. Concept.
Yo, that's so funny.
But I still think it's a good album. Don't get me wrong.
He said there's a reason why it's called a concept album.
Every time that Duckworth plays and like it does the reverse thing at the end, I get goosebumps every time, and I always think back to like that first time I listened to it. I listened to it for like the first time at like 3 a.m. in my room all alone, like sophomore, junior year of high school, and it was just like the perfect time, and it always brings you back there. So I love it so much.
I mean, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with
I
that.
agree with the connection. I don't agree with your choice, but I understand the connection. I understand the connection.
Yeah, I
Agree with
think
it.
I agree that musically there's probably like better albums, but just for me, I think in terms of like Kendrick's previous albums were so direct and blunt with the way he's doing his storytelling, and when I listen to Damn, like the story he's painting is so much more broad, so it relates to more people, and B, it's way more subtle. Like you can listen to the music and not pay attention to the story, but also you can listen to the music as a whole and where it fits in the album and his life, and I love that.
That's actually 100%.
Yeah, I agree
that's a
with
very
that.
good point. Yeah, 100%. That's a very good point.
So that's my top 5 from worst to best.
All right, Zach, you're up.
Oh my god, next. Going into my top 5 albums, you guys are not going to agree with a lot of my choices. I was a rap fan a lot later into the game, and then I had a very emotional, like, when at age 16 to like age 18, I was going through every emotion ever, like Drake. And that, so I took a lot of, like, there's certain albums that just mean so much to me because, like, maybe like a breakup or like a big moment in my life. Usually Michael was there for most of them. But just interesting tidbits. So first, I think Michael and Cuba already know what it is. First one's going to be Birds in the Trap Scenic Night.
Yep.
By Travis Scott. I
100%.
love that was like the first rap album I ever got into, and I loved it. And that's when I first bought my Mustang, and I was driving everywhere.
That's when we broke
And
it
I-
at.
Yeah,
we broke the e-brake listening to.
I fixed my e-brake. Was driving to beat up. Was jamming to
Goosebumps, right?
Yeah, I think it was Goosebumps. And
No, it was pick up the phone.
Pick up
the phone.
Yeah, I pulled my e-brake, and the beat up's parking lot. It just snapped. I was so mad. I was
laughing
mad.
so hard.
I was so mad. But yeah, no, that album just like it holds like I don't even know. And then like that was just like when I was like in my first real relationship, and it was like a big time in my life. So like that was really when I became not who I am now, because I'm way different than who I was back then. But
Yeah.
it was the framework to who I became now. And then probably number 2, gonna give it to the GOAT, give it to Drake. I'd say More Life, just because that was the first big. I knew you weren't gonna agree with it. I knew you
That's like
weren't.
the second worst Drake album.
No, I wouldn't say
You're
that.
right, Coop.
And that's why it's number 2 on my list, not number 1. Because it's number 2 worst. Because all of Drake's albums are the GOAT. But More Life holds a special part to me because actually I was once again dating this chick, and her and I were going through, well, her and I were almost dated again. We had dated twice, and then we were talking about dating again, but I was talking to this other girl, and I told her that I didn't want to be, there was no overlap, there was no me dating this other chick while leading this other chick on. I promise that didn't happen, I'm not like that. But the night, so me and Michael used to hold this thing, and we used to do this event, and we were doing it this day, and she came, my ex came, who wanted to be with me, but I didn't want to be with her, and she came to the thing and was just not being nice to me, and I was trying to be nice to her, but she didn't want to talk to me. I thought she was going to slap me across the face, but it never happened. And then we go to this movie theater. Me and Michael are just waiting for this album to drop because it was supposed to drop. And we're waiting all night, and I'm getting shit on all night, like at Kane's Chickens, at the movie theater. I'm just getting dog
This is the
roasted.
same day from my Get Out story from the top
Yes.
5 with Mitchell that we did.
Yes.
This is the same exact night, by the way.
Yeah.
This is the same
We
movie
were
theater
both-
that we're waiting in when I'm freaking out ready to kill somebody for the boy.
Yeah, this was a very loaded night. So yeah, then we got in my car. I was so mad. The only time I've ever been actually angry was in that car. I punched my steering wheel. The only time I've ever done that. It was awful. But then we found out the album dropped and we listened to it. It was great.
Yeah.
So that album holds a very big, like, week span in my life. Number 3, I'd probably say Take Care. I just love Take Care.
One of the best albums of all
One of
time.
my, yeah, obviously.
It'd be my
number
top
3.
5 best albums.
Yes.
It might be number 1.
I love Take Care. Marvin's Room, Get Me There. I love it. The Weeknd's on there. I love that album. Fantastic album. Number 4, it's going to be a little bit of an artist that's not as much known. I'd have to say Artist by A Boogie. I love A Boogie. I love his different flow. I love the different way he does things. And Artist was fantastic. I love the Artist 2.0.
It's technically not an album, it's a mixtape.
Yeah,
but
technically a mixtape. Not a concept, but a mixtape. So
Finished. Not
But-
better than Kendrick. Hold
Not
on.
better than
Let's
Kendrick.
put that out
Not
there.
better
A
than
Boogie
Kendrick.
is not better
But
than Kendrick.
I love A Boogie. I love from where he came from and him bringing up other people up with him and his whole roots. I love A Boogie. If you haven't seen the documentary on Netflix, go watch it. It's like an episode.
It's on Rapture.
Yeah.
It's on Rapture. I think it's one of the first episodes. It might be
I
the
think
first
I
episode.
thought it was like the last. Oh, it is the first episode.
It's
Yeah,
the
you're
first,
right.
yeah.
I love that album.
Great
Love A
documentary.
Boogie. I went to one of his concerts. I've never been to a Drake or a Travis concert, but I've been to a Boogie concert. Loved it. Love A Boogie. Number 5, probably not. You probably didn't see this coming. It'd probably have to be Rodeo by Travis. I love Trav. I don't know why. I love Travis Scott. No, that's number 5.
Oh, okay, you did Best Stories.
Yeah, Birds in the Trap Team McKnight's number 1. Absolutely. Rodeo, I just love Rodeo. Just Travis, like when I first was starting to listen to rap, like Travis is what I was around. Like Trent listened to Trav. Alec kind of did. Alec listened to some weird stuff. I don't even know what he used to listen to. I still don't know what he listens to. But I love Travis Scott. I love Birds in the Trap Team McKnight. After I listened to that, I listened to all his other albums. I followed him really heavily. I love the Scotts, the new song that dropped. I love Travis Scott. Not the GOAT. Drake is my GOAT. Obviously, Lil Wayne's a GOAT of rapping, in my opinion. Travis is just my, anomaly. I don't even know. But I love Rodeo. So that would have to be my top 5.
Now I gotta get into mine. Holy crap. Okay, so I actually have 10 that I'm gonna say, but I'm only gonna say top 5. I'm gonna say the next 5 really quickly, really short, just because I could not contain all of these into 5. There was no possible way. So I'm gonna go best to worst. I'm just gonna go best, then I have 5 honorable mentions that I'm not gonna explain why I love them.
These
I will
songs.
as like a 1-sentence thing, but I'll basically just list them. But like you both, literally these are just because they relate to my life in some way. They're also great musical.
Lyrically,
Yeah, they're just
beat-wise,
insane
everything.
because I love them and but these wouldn't all make my top 5.
Yeah.
Best albums of all time. Some might. But number 1, best to worst, Views 100%. It's not a question. Views is my favorite album of all time. It's not close. It's not even, there's nothing in the vicinity of Views. It's not possible. Every day I can play Views for something. If it's cloudy, I'm playing Views. If it's sunny, doing well, dog. It's not close. I'm playing it for every situation. And not only that, it related to me in every song relates to me in a way,
Especially with what
based
you're going
on
through
the
in that
time
time.
period when that was the best time period of my life, also the worst. And that album encapsulated that feeling of this is the best part of my life, but this is also the worst, and I have a lot of stuff going on too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that album encapsulated that feeling so well, especially because it was insane. And then the winter leading up, I listened to that album. It has been in my top 5 most played albums. I think it's been my top 1.
It's not your number 1 played song, but it's probably your number 1.
It's almost it's in my top 10 played albums or top 5 played albums every single year since it dropped. 100%, not even a question. I always go back to it. Every year it gets better and better and better. The more I listen to it, it gets better and better and better. In my opinion, everyone's probably going to flame me for all of this, but in my opinion, it's 100% a classic album. The definition of classic is something that gets better over time, and that's exactly what that album does. 100% it gets better over time.
Yeah.
But we're off of Views. That's number 1. Number 2, Cove. I know you could have already guessed this one.
If it's anything other than, just say it.
Carter 3.
Okay, I'm fine with that. If you would have said Carter 5.
Carter 5 was probably his most anticipated album.
It wasn't his best. It's also not.
But you were definitely the most.
He had some great
You were the most
songs
excited
in
for
there.
that album, though.
Yeah, I was so.
Because you waited what, 4 years?
That was so. I wish. But yeah, Carter 3 number 2. Carter 3 just because Lil Wayne at a young age for me, like when I was in like not even middle school yet, still probably in grade school, like coming into middle school. It's crazy that I was listening to this stuff. No, it was 6th grade. It was 6th grade. On a 6th grade field trip, I got introduced to Lil Wayne, and the first song I ever actually heard from Lil Wayne was Fireman from Carter 2. And I love Fireman. Everybody loves Fireman. It's a classic song. It's incredible. I know every single word, every single syllable of that song. It's a great song. But the second song I ever heard from Lil Wayne was Lollipop, and that was on Carter 3. And after that, I listened to the entire Carter 3 after I heard Lollipop. I heard that. I heard the remix. I heard, oh my God, when I heard Mrs. Officer. Oh, dude, it's 3P to start the album. You gotta be kidding me. I'm sorry. That album is so good.
This might be one of the greatest intros ever, to be honest.
It
From like, Keep the Family Close.
Yeah. Which is on Views, which I liked one better than
Absolutely.
Carter 3, so that's perfect. So that's why Carter 3 is big for me, because it introduced me to the entire genre of music that I like the most. Number 3, I'm sorry, I'm going back to Drake, Take Care. Take Care, not all the songs really relate to me in a great way. Like I loved Drake when Take Care came out, but like I didn't love Drake and all that stuff. Like I didn't feel like, oh my God, it's Drake until Views really came out. Like I loved Drake. I was always a big fan of Drake, but I didn't feel the connection to his music until Views dropped. But when I felt the connection just to Drake as a person, and this is why I love him, like as an artist, my fandom started at Take Care. When I heard Marvin's Room, bro.
Everybody went there. Marvin's Room.
Marvin's Room, if we put best song of all time, Marvin's Room is my best song of all time. There's no way, I don't understand how a human being can walk in a studio and walk out with that. If you ever seen an artist go in a studio and then they do that in the studio, holy crap, and you know it's the GOAT on it. You know it's the greatest artist of all time on the spot. I would lose my mind.
Jay-Z knew Drake was going to be the GOAT when he saw him the first time.
Jay-Z called
He literally said
Lil
he
Wayne
was
to
the
go
GOAT.
Put it out there. So Kanye. But
Take Care probably has the best, like, 6-song, like, run ever,
Yeah.
like, back to back, hit for hit for hit. Like,
Yeah.
those first 6 songs on Take Care are the best
oh my God,
6
bro.
songs in a row on any album.
That's actually might be a very
True statement.
truthful. Take Care would be my number 1 album of all time, best albums. I think it's just such a great album. It changed the entire realm of rap. That album did. Drake was the one. Drake wasn't. Well, no, go listen to this. Drake wasn't one to create the R&B and rap mixture. He was not. But he is the one who pioneered it and popularized it like no one's ever seen before. You know what I mean?
He took a hand off from MJ. He took the hand from MJ.
Like when he always says, oh, I'm MJ and I'm Pac, like he always references that he can do the rap like Pac and that he can sing like MJ. No artist has really ever done that to that scale that Drake has and perfected doing that in their music.
And then
no
just
one
such
ever
a dope
has.
person along the way.
Yeah. And then maintained that greatness, you gotta be kidding me.
Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Which one? Pick one.
But
oh my goodness.
So number 4 is not a rap album. You guys are gonna flame me very hard for this, but I've mentioned on very many occasions. I've told many people this.
His other poster.
Ariana Grande.
Oh, no.
I know.
Her first album, Yours Truly. You gotta be kidding me. That's all I'm saying.
100% just like you would think. Nobody else here agrees with that.
Hey,
Well, you have a love for Kendrick, and Michael has a love for Ariana.
I love Ariana Grande. I think she's absolutely fantastic. She's one of the greatest artists in the history of this world. If we're talking about women artists, she's going to go down as one of the greatest artists. She's going to go down as the greatest artist commercially that has ever lived. That is a woman, like she 100% is going to do that. She might go down with the greatest of all time because her and Drake are back and forth with Spotify records every time they drop something.
I don't think
yes,
I
they are. Every time she drops something, she beats Drake. Every time Drake drops something, he beats her. So
I
she
wouldn't
might
say
just.
that she would go down as the
She
GOAT
might be
right
what
now.
she might go down as being one of, if not
One
the
of, I'm
most
okay with that.
commercially successful artist of all
I'm
time.
not saying
Like,
all time.
Drake just break the record for most ever Hot 100 hits, I think, like a month ago or
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
but
also
she-
been in the game for a lot longer than Ariana Grande. So that at the end of her career, if it's elongated to where Drake was, she's number one with every single thing she drops. It's not even close.
Drake will probably stay
So-
in the game until she gets out of it, just so he beats her.
Maybe, but like Ariana Grande, like I'm not saying critically, I'm saying commercially successful. She might go down as one of the greatest of all time. She already is
I think I just
commercially, like just selling music, getting streams, making hits. Yes,
no.
you can't. It's
Well,
literally
I know.
number wise. You can't just.
I know all the proof, but I'm just saying. I don't think she will ever eclipse Drake. Maybe in her own fandom, because I think Drake has his own fandom and she has her own fandom. I think they're two.
Dog, she has
different
probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
they're
has.
just in two totally different.
She might.
They're in
She's like as a big of a global icon as Drake is.
They're in the same city, but they're not in the same like arena. Like in my opinion, like they
Popularity-wise?
do the same thing, but they're gonna have two totally different cult followings. There's not a lot of Ariana Grande fans that are.
I don't think
absolute
either of them
diehard
have cult
Drake
followings.
fans.
I think both of them just kind of have the whole world as a following.
Well, I just think
Like, I feel like everybody-
I just think you think that because you're a guy who likes Ariana Grande, and most guys don't. Like
No,
Ariana
she has
Grande.
like the most followers than anyone else on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like she's so popular. She's a global icon.
She's not the number one most followed on Instagram.
I said she's like one. She's in the top 5. She might be the most followed
Well, you
woman
have to
on
consider
Instagram.
this. You have to consider this. She's a very good image for women to follow, and that's awesome. And she's a great public image. And
Which is why I think she might be the
Which
most
is why
commercially
she's followed
successful.
by a lot of girls too. But then there's a bunch of dumb-headed guys that just like her because
True.
because of the way she looks and follows her. That doesn't mean that her music is better. If Drake,
I never said. Hold on. I never said her
I
music
know.
was better. I said commercially
I know.
successful. Just people listening and getting hits.
But if Drake had big tits, I guarantee you he would have more followers on Instagram. Guarantee you.
Drake has bigger tits than her, dog.
No. I wouldn't
Yes,
say
he
that.
does.
Don't know. Don't
Drake
say
does.
That. Don't say that.
He probably does.
Drake has pecs, my guy. He don't got tits.
Hey, when he ain't flexing, he does. When he ain't flexing,
Yeah,
those
but
things are gonna
it's
do.
not- It's no James Harden.
No, it's not James Harden. But okay, let me get to my next one.
We got very off.
We gotta get off of this. Let me get to the next one. Number 5, I gotta go with what Zach did. Artist by A Boogie, the mixtape. I know it's not an album, but it's super influential in my life and introduced me to him as an artist and just listening to all of that stuff and like how he grew up. And it was very influential in my life as to where like I think he related to a lot of people as like no matter what situation you're in, like you can get out of it. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna.
He grew
come
up in
back
a
from this.
very
like
hard
you can
situation.
do everything. If you and your people like stay together, like you can do whatever you want to do in your life. And it was crazy, like just him coming up in the Bronx, living in Highbridge, him getting the Highbridge mansion with the people he came up with, and the business ties that he had at such a young age, and how professional he was through those like scenarios and those circumstances. Like seeing that, and then also loving his music, which is really inspiring to me and probably a ton of other people, I'm assuming. But like I just like it, and I just love his flows, and like when he flows and like sings, and then how he
And me
reads
and
it
my
with
guitar
rapping.
when
I
he
like
does
that
that
music
switch.
so much. That's what Drake kind of does.
Yeah.
He has a lot of inspiration from
different,
Drake. It's 100% different, but he still weaves and sings
Yeah,
and raps, and
absolutely.
I just love that type of music, and I think he's good at it. So that's why that would be my 5th.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just name 5 more really, really quickly. Number 6, Forest Hills, obviously, just like Coop said, that's got to be my number 6. I love that album, very influential. Boom. Love is Rage 2. When I moved to Tampa, that album dropped the night I moved to Tampa. Love is Rage 2. I love Lil Uzi Vert. I think he's gonna be one of the greatest one day. Not ever, but like one of my most favorite ever. One of my.
He will have a very strong following at the end.
Yeah, he will be one
He
of my
has
most
so many
favorite artists
dedicated.
ever.
He has so many dedicated.
He's really unique. And I like his music. I don't think he's gonna go down as like the greatest, but like in my eyesight of like who I like the most,
in his
he's gonna be
in
one of
his
them.
certain way. He will be.
Yeah. Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper.
I
Chance
love
the Rapper's
that.
last album flopped, but Coloring Book kind of.
Anyone that says that
Kinda
acid
in
rap
that-
is better is stupid.
It still came out in that same period of time, and it related to me so well. Like Summer Friends, like that's literally all I had because
Because of what? Yeah.
I lived in a different place, and I lived in Cincinnati in the summer. I lived in Columbus during the normal time. So like Summer Friends, like that's literally
We had,
what I
yeah,
had.
the
Summer
amount of
Friends.
people that we've had come in and out of our lives,
Yeah.
not just because of just not getting along, just because
Just
of time passing.
Time
everyone
passing.
just leaves. You make these connections.
Just
and time
the-
just passes.
In
And
the
people
place
leave.
that
Like,
we
that's-
were when we were in Cincinnati, the
Yeah.
place that we work, like that's just how it is there. And we meet people, and it was the first and meet new people, and they go out of our lives, and you connect that really. You have that.
Some
really
of the
good,
strongest connections I've ever made. I haven't talked to those people in like 3 years.
Exactly, it's
Like, it's
crazy.
crazy.
And we try.
Not
It's just
out,
it's when you have so many more people coming in, you have to do that same thing with. You don't have to do that same thing with them, but you want to do that same thing with them. And then those other people that left and you're not really close to, they move out, they go to college, they go to this different stuff. It was crazy. And that song on that album, but that whole album in general, like encapsulated that feeling. Number 9, please excuse me for being antisocial. I love Roddy Ricch. I don't know why. This is like my favorite album of all time. I don't have like really a reason. I just love it so much. It's so great to listen to. I sit in my car. I will play that album over and over and over again, and it never gets tiring. Obviously, it just came out, so this might be like a, oh my God, like it's good now, and then it might get worse later. But like, as of now, that
could move up, could move down.
Number 10, Coop's gonna get pissed at me, but Carter 4. If we're talking about favorites, that album has some of the biggest slappers of any album ever.
She Will.
She Will is so crazy.
That's probably one of my favorite songs of all time.
It has How to Love, which is just such a different Lil Wayne. It got so big. That was the biggest. Oh my, dude.
Everyone loved that song, How to Love.
Every song on that album.
Everyone knew the words to it, and everyone loved it. If you were going through a heartbreak, you loved that song. Like, everyone.
And it's not Wayne, so it's so cool how he did that. And it's really the bridge
Drake's,
that he started talking about his personal life a lot more.
And then in Carter 5 with everything that he said in the past, like, it was just all an opening to the next thing. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Dude, that's what's so
you
cool.
Can talk through art.
That's what's so cool about Carter 4 and that song, because he always knew he wanted to open up about all that stuff, but he had to wait so long to do it. But he still opened up about it in the next album and made it make sense in that chronological.
And then just drop it to the
and one of the greatest series of albums, in my opinion, the greatest series album, even in Trap Lord Ross, shout out to him, and his favorite series albums of all time. Like, it's just such a good series album. They go together, they evolve so well with the times of rap and the way it's changed. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So those are my other 5.
Coop, have you watched Trap Lord Ross?
What's that?
He's a dude on YouTube, and all he does is talk about music. You should watch him.
What's his name?
His name's Trap Lord Ross. You would absolutely no, Coop. I promise. Me and Michael love this dude. You would love him.
Yeah.
Like, he literally has our person. Like, he loves Drake to death, but he just flames him. But like, it's all out of love.
Yeah,
it's the funniest stuff ever. If you watch him, I think you'll like his personality. He's from the UK. It's really weird, but I love him.
Yeah. But that's gonna do it for our top 5 segment. Cool. We really appreciate you coming on the show. You got you got really great picks. Yeah, you're just really knowledgeable about music, so we wanted to get you on this call.
I don't know if you guys are going to talk about this on the podcast, but did you see French Montana saying that he can go hit for hit against Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, we talked about it on the last episode, 2 episodes ago, actually. I freaked out. I was very upset. Young Thug, go watch one of our other podcasts from a couple of days ago. Yeah, I think it was the 3rd episode, but we literally talk about, like, I pulled up the tweets and everything like that and said what Thugger said and said what French Montana said, and it was insane. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. French Montana's an idiot. I went to his concert. It was the worst concert. Well, I didn't go to his concert, but he was an opener for Wiz Khalifa, and he was so bad it was not even funny. So.
Hey, you an opener thinking you can go hit for hit against one of the good
Yeah, I know, right? You got to be kidding me. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
But all right, Coop. Thanks for having on the show, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
See you, Coop.
We like you, Cuba.
Alright, see you guys.
Dang it. He never says I love you back. Sometimes
He says
does.
it maybe
He
one
would never
every
do it in
time.
public
No,
though.
never.
But that's our show for today. Do you have anything else to say before we end off the show?
No, just I feel like the show's really gonna start kicking up soon with life kind of coming back to normal. Hopefully, with all the different NBA teams, with the NBA coming out and saying, "Hey guys, like, if your state no longer has a stay-at-home order after the 1st, you are welcome to come back." I think they changed it now. I think it's actually the 8th, but that's still showing that sports are coming
Lakers
back.
get back that loan. That's huge.
Lakers
That was
get back
cool.
the $4.6 million. There's a lot of things going on in sports. Everything's going to kick back up. People are going to start getting back in the facilities, start training, all the news stories. NBA is hopefully going to kick back up. NFL teams are going to start training camp. Hopefully a lot of things are going to come up. Big things in music, hopefully. Hopefully Drake will drop the album.
Yeah.
Change the whole
A lot of stuff's coming. A lot of stuff to be excited for sure.
Got a lot of big things coming on, so.
Follow us on all our socials. I know I didn't say it at the starting, which is like the first time I've ever not plugged the socials at the starting, but make sure you follow all the socials. At The Zycle Show on TikTok. That's the main one. We are free now. On Snapchat, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. At The Zycle Show for all those. Make sure you do it. If you are listening to this on Podbean, thank you so much for listening. We might be changing it. Yeah. We might be changing it to Spotify and iTunes soon. We're trying to get that done, so stay tuned for that as well. But just thanks for listening. Leave us your feedback. Make sure you share this if you like this. Follow our social medias and stay in touch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you watching.
We out.
Be out.